It's Sarah, and today is BookList Thursday. This is a video series I do with my friend Lindsay over at Lindsay's Little Library, and every Thursday we bring you some sort of list or book topic that we feel like talking about for the week. And this week we're going to be talking about some sizzling summer reads because it's hot. It is so hot. It is so hot. It's everyone that I have talked to in all different areas of the US. They're like, it's 90 degrees and hot. What is going on? Some places are normally like that in the summer, New Mexico being one of those places. But some places are not. Some places that are, more up north who have cooler summers are like, what's going on? I'm way too hot right now. So we thought it'd be fun to do kind of a sizzling summer reads. So these are some hot, spicy reads. Some of them are going to be like hot in the nature of where these books are set. Some of them are going to be like spice level hot. Okay, let's start with a location setting that is very sizzling. Where the Croads Sing by Delia Owen. This book is set in North Carolina. And when I tell you that the marsh that this young girl lives in plays its own character almost, it's not an exaggeration. The way that the marsh and the environment is explained in here is just palpable. I could feel the humidity. I could smell the marsh smells that were described in here. I could hear the mosquitoes, like buzzing around. Just the way that it's described in here is just kind of insane. And it definitely gave me kind of like that muggy, hot feeling when I was reading this book that I'm very familiar with because I am from Florida, so I know all about humidity. But yeah, so that's what made me pick this book for this prompt, because I was just like, man, I remember reading this and just feeling the heat oozing off the pages. Okay, the next one I have is On the Island by Tracy Garvis Graves. This one is set on an island. It is following a woman who is a teacher and a student who are on a private plane heading towards the student's family estate on an island. However, this plane crashes before they reach their destination, and they wash up on shore, and they are on a deserted island with no communication available to them, and they have to survive on this island for however long until they can be rescued, and nobody knows where they are. So, yeah. But definitely the atmosphere in here is definitely something. They're on a deserted island in the middle of the summer. And so definitely kind of the heat, physical heat is happening in the sand and, the trees and the water and all that kind of stuff. And it's definitely like a survival type thing. Okay. This one is also kind of an environment type thing. I think I picked mostly environment. I do have one that's like a spice level, but I do talk about those a little bit more often. So I kind of wanted to go a little bit more with the environment on this one. But The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. Now this is a fantasy book. The reason this one is kind of sizzling for me is because this setting is basically a desert setting almost the entire time. That's just the kind of world that they live in. It's a lot of sand. It's a lot of heat. And they go through a lot of training and a lot of traveling. And so it's very hot. And then you do get to some parts with some dragons where they're breathing the fire and all that stuff, which definitely makes everything a little bit hotter. But I remember reading some of these scenes and some of these training scenes and just the heat coming off of them and, the sweat and just the grittiness of it definitely gave me kind of that sizzling feeling. Okay, another one that is environment. And this can count for any one of this man's books. Any one of his books would count for this. This one just happens to be my favorite, and that is Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. Whew. Most of his books take place in Southern Virginia, which is where he's from. And it's he writes, oh man, his writing. His writing is insane. Every single one of his environments are very humid and muggy and desperate almost. Just the way that he writes his scenes, and his characters are going through a lot of things, but then adding on like, oh, also you can't breathe because it's hot. Like just one of those things. It just kind of adds to what's already happening on the page. It just makes it that much more desperate. And yeah, so like when I thought about environments, this one immediately came to my mind. Okay, now we're going to go sexy time spice level. I only have one. I only picked one. But we're going to go with Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. This book is so much fun. This book's not for everybody. This book is following two serial killers who kind of end up competing with each other on who can kill the most people. And it becomes a game. And it's fun. Very, very, very spicy as well. Very explicit sexual scenes in here. Also explicit gruesome scenes because they're serial killers, so you see them killing people and what they're doing and what they want to do to people. So very, very graphic on both of those ends, but those together just really made it a very sizzling read for sure. So not for the faint of heart, but I loved it. It's actually a series I need to finish. There's only 3 in the series, and I do have the other 2 on my shelves. So a series I need to get back to and finish. So I would like to do that this year. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Okay, guys, those are some sizzling summer reads for you. So if you're in the mood for something that is very hot, one way or the other, those are some of my recommendations. Those are some books that I have read and absolutely loved. So I hope you guys will pick some of those up. Let me know if you plan to, and make sure you go check out Lindsay and see which books she's going to be sharing today as well. I have her channel linked down below, and we will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.